Hey everybody, it's Roxanne Wheeler, your proactive lady, and I am happy to be here doing our oils you don't use 20-minute video here to help you and your family use some oils you may have in your toolbox and just have forgotten why you bought them in the first place or what the possibilities are for each of those four oils. So we're going to start out today with Arborvitae. Arborvitae is a small bottle oil and it is a tree oil. And so what can Arborvitae do for us? It can help us a lot with certain kinds of things that can plague us after we have finished using antibiotics, or when we've been around swimming pools or showers too often. It can also help with some of those things that are flying around the community. And when we get, sometimes our body temperature will become elevated because of that. It can also help us with those little things that happen. I know I can get them from being out in the sun or being overstressed. And it starts out as a weird feeling, a little bump, and then it becomes quite itchy. And if I keep picking at it, it will become liquid filled and very, very painful. So it can help with that too. And of course, I am being compliant right now, as well as those things that can suddenly grow on our skin that we don't like the look of. And it can be kind of beigeish, tannish, bumpy looking. We can also be very helped by Arborvitae with anything respiratory. So if we're struggling to breathe easily, or if we are coughing too much, Arborvitae can be super helpful. It is also a really, really good insect repellent. Arborvitae is wonderful for that. And so you can, any of these things I've mentioned before, you can just put them on your hands, put a drop right here on your hand, and then you can rub hands together. Smell deeply. Oh, it smells so good. Smells like a forest. Mm. And you can even rub it on your skin. There is no photosensitivity or photophobia along with this tree oil. And of course, when we think about tree oils, we do want to think about how they help with integrity of a structure. Okay. So they're going to help the deep tissues of the skin, especially. And so, if you've got overexposure to the sun and you are at risk for developing something big and bad, you might want to be using Arborvitae. It's also really good for lymphatic congestion. And of course, the lymph is the clear liquid between our cells and in our blood. And the only way we can move lymph fluid through our body is to move, to physically move or use a rebounder to bounce. So that is how we can enhance our lymphatic drainage. And so you can use this on the bottoms of your feet, on the back of your neck, underneath your nose. You can apply it there because breathing it in will help tremendously. Arborvitae is also good for a couple of fairly serious pathogenic issues that we might want to deal with. And we want to dilute our Arborvitae as well. So you want to dilute it because number one, it will reduce your chance of any skin sensitivity if you're applying it to the same place often. And it will also help you get a more effect out of the oil itself because remember, when we use an oil straight, we get about 4% of it. When we are using it diluted, we get 10%. So already we have doubled our investment. And when we cover that diluted oil place with bedding, clothing, or a bandage, then we're getting 75% of that oil's benefit. So that's one reason I always encourage people to definitely dilute. But you can use it plain too, like I just did. I'm getting benefits of the Arborvitae. It's also really good again for any kind of patchy, dry, itchy skin, as well as hair loss. Arborvitae is also good for when we want to be mindful and if we're meditating. I'm part of a meditation group every Thursday afternoon, and I have not suggested that to them, but I will today. And of course, emotionally, Arborvitae can help us if we are getting a little bit too over enthusiastic about something so that we're not really feeling like we're in control. It will help you to compose yourself. So those are all great things for Arborvitae. And it's got thujic acid in it. So those of you who are into the chemistry piece, it's also got methyl thujate and hinokitol. So for those of you who like your chemistry, there is that as well. And so our next oil we're going to talk about is Cassia. Cassia is an oil I use quite often. It definitely tastes a lot like cinnamon bark, and I use it in my homemade granola. Every time I make my granola, I always take the extra virgin olive oil and my vanilla that I'm mixing together, and I add probably 8 to 12 drops of the cassia, and so it gives it a nice boost of cinnamon flavor. And cassia is a very warming, regulating, and stimulating oil. So it's really good for cold extremities and poor circulation. So you got cold feet and hands, use your cassia. And again, we do want to dilute that because it's considered a hot oil. And if you put it under your tongue, it's going to feel like a fireball, a little fireball, cinnamon candy kind of thing. It's very helpful if you have an upset stomach or you are vomiting. It's a great detox for the ear, nose, throat, lungs, and lymphatic system. Cassia is wonderful for water retention and issues with the kidneys. It's also, again, anti-pathogenic for just about everything, meaning anything that you could get by touching things or being out in your community and breathing in air from people who've been coughing into it with their certain infective kind of situations. It's good for that. Cassia is also great for balancing blood sugar and for insulin resistance. And that has become a hot topic because those are so related to problems of the heart, problems of the brain and thinking. We want to make sure that we are avoiding insulin resistance. It's great for a slow metabolism. And one way you can use it, and I don't happen to have any empty capsules with me to show you, but create your own veggie cap of cassia by separating the two parts of the capsule. Just pull them apart. And in the bigger end, you'll put probably a couple of drops of cassia and put the top back on, close it up, and don't make those more than 6 hours before you will take it because otherwise the oil, especially these hot oils that we advise putting in a capsule, will eat right through it and cause a leakage situation. So you'd take that before your meals. Low sex drive. Cassia can help with that. And so diffusing it or inhaling the aroma right from the bottle or applying diluted to the bottoms of the feet will help with intimacy situations. And like I said, you can add a drop of cassia to a favorite beverage, like your coffee. I know my sister puts cinnamon bark in her coffee. You could put cassia as well, and it'll give it a sweet cinnamon flavor. Now, emotionally, what can cassia do for us? Well, cassia can help us to go from feeling uncertain to feeling bold. So, can you think of some ways you might use cassia that you hadn't known about? And so, safety wise, we definitely want to dilute this oil because it's considered a hot oil and it will possibly irritate your skin if you put it directly on your skin. It can also reduce milk supply in women who are breastfeeding. So we'd want them to be very careful and observant if they should decide to use cassia. It's got a whole bunch of properties. And the main constituents for my chemistry people, it's got cinnamyl acetate and cinnamaldehyde, cinnamaldehyde. So that is your cassia oil. And next on our hot list today is the oil blend called Abode. And Abode, I don't happen to have a bottle to show you, but it comes in the 15 milliliter as well as a little tiny concentrate of cleaner that you can add to a spray bottle. And you can also use some other Abode products like dishwashing pods. I don't think there is oh, there are laundry pods. Yes, there are laundry pods. And so it's very, very good for refreshing, for cleansing, and purifying. And with the threat of toxic exposure at every turn, green cleaning for our air and home has never been more important and sought after. Time and time again, essential oils have outperformed toxic synthetic counterparts in purifying any surface or space. So, to use this, you would use 1 to 2 drops. And to refresh your space, your home, your office, your bathroom, your luggage, your shoes, you can diffuse, you can uplift and refresh your home office and or personal space by just simple diffusion. And so like we had some fish last night, and I was wondering if I should be diffusing. This is also great for body, air, and odor cleansing. It's great for airborne pathogens. And you can even apply the Abode diluted right to your armpits if you have a serious issue with body odor. I would recommend that. And you can put it in a spray bottle to use in your shoes. Like before we return from our trip, I'll be packing shoes, and so I will want to purify the insides of my shoes before I put them in my bags or in my suitcase. Abode is also really good for urinary issues and for parasites that may come into your body. And so you'd want to, again, dilute and rub onto the bottoms of your feet or over your kidney area and your lower abdomen. It's good for respiratory congestion and lymphatic toxicity. It's great as a surface and bathroom cleaner. You can add 6 to 8 drops and a tablespoon of vinegar to a glass spray bottle filled with water. And that provides you with a nice, cost-effective, highly effective, non-toxic green cleaner. And it's great to add with your laundry detergent. Add a drop or two to each wash load and or onto your laundry balls, your dryer balls, or even I was telling my team last week, just put it on a couple of washcloths and throw that into your dryer load. And you will have a much better and safer alternative to toxic dryer sheets and fabric softeners. It's a great dishwasher boost, so you could add a few drops onto your dishwasher um, soap before starting the cycle. And it's a really great insect repellent. So we've got two insect repellents today, and we're coming upon that season pretty soon. So again, you can again make up a spray and dilute it really well and just put a little bit of salt into the water to help it stay suspended in the spray bottle. And so we do want to always dilute this before you'd put it onto your skin. And the main ingredients of this blend are Litsi, Arborvitae, Cassia, cilantro, eucalyptus, lime, tea tree, and lemon eucalyptus. So, of course, the properties and benefits of those oils can be experienced in this blend. So that's a good deal, right? And then our last oil that I'm talking about today is the Cheer Blend. The Cheer Blend is available either in this 5 milliliter bottle, and that is what you would use to make your own roller bottles or to diffuse from. And it also comes in this perfectly diluted Cheer Touch roller. And of course, this is not ingestible because it does not have the supplement facts box on it. And Arborvitae was not either. Arborvitae was not ingestible either. Cassia is, but it's hot by itself. So, what does cheer do for us? We've got just a couple of more minutes. It is very gladdening, illuminating, and helps with resilience. So, it's great if you're feeling really super sad or discouraged. It's wonderful if you're feeling highly worrisome or even almost hysterical about a situation in your life. It's great if you're feeling disconnected. Very helpful for premenstrual issues for those still in that age group. And it's going to be a great oil for a young person for sure. And it's also great for cellular health. So putting it on the bottoms of your feet will be great to go all over your body. Within 20 seconds, it's in your blood. Within 20 minutes, it's in every cell of the body. So it'll be helping with cellular health. It's going to help with anything that involves swelling and discomfort or stiffness. Good for indigestion and irritable lower GI tract. It's also great for blood sugar balancing as well as serum lipid levels. So, it's not for internal use. We know that the main ingredients of it are clove, ginger, wild orange, cinnamon, and vanilla. So the vanilla is the big reason you can't ingest it. But I want to thank you so much for watching this and wanting to learn. And reach out to me anytime. And I can help you personally if you've got any issues about your oils that you're questioning how to use them and get your best value for your investment. Listen, hopefully in a couple of weeks, I'm not sure if I'll be on the road or not, but I will let you know when this happens again. Okay, so thank you so much and take care. Happy oiling.